Stream is acting right now. It's not connecting to your Facebook, Law. But it got us all our YouTubes is on there, so we straight.
Coming to you live.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience. Are you ready? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
Oh yeah, another episode of the Late Night Hype coming to you on this late night pouring stream. See what I did there?
I like the pouring stream. I heard you say it before, so
Yeah.
like you said it.
I love that. I love it. But you know how we gotta do. We gotta party before we start. Let's go. What up, nation? Come on.
Yeah.
Gotta get that location for the nation later.
Yeah. Post them down.
Oh yeah. What is going on, gentlemen? Cowboys Nation. What's up?
Oh man, what's up, dog? It's another day. I mean,
Y'all
that
gotta
music
bring
be
the
throwing me off. I mean, you be getting me hyped with the bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam.
Let's go.
Like I'm all ESPN, so I'm like, I want to come with the, I'm gonna spray myself with the water, drink some water, go in the ring, and knock some people out after I hear that.
Hey man, I gotta bring the energy always. You know how that is. It's late, so
Yeah.
we gotta get people.
There's no late night hype. Gotta
Get
get
'em
them
hype.
Kind of
Gotta get
not
hype.
kind of not hype, but kind of hype because some crazy news just happened.
Whoa.
Just happened, or you mean yesterday?
Yeah, you know what happened.
Yeah, the sombering news. Ho, we got one already. We got one already.
Oh, there you go.
Tony
We got-
Boswell.
Ooh.
She got a holla?
Yes, $10.
Ooh.
Tony
$10.
Boswell says salute
$10
law,
holla.
and
$10.
that's in the chat. Smash the like button. Yes, smash the like button, guys.
Smash the like button on all these channels, dog.
Yes.
And
If,
donation, donation, donation.
if this is
10
your
get
first
you
time
in,
here,
baby.
10 get you in.
10 get you
10
in.
get you in the club. 10 get
If
you,
Get you
in the
in the
club.
If this is your
club, man.
first
I
time
really
here,
appreciate it.
I am
20 get you
Skywalker
VIP.
still. This guy over here, is Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James, and over there
Yeah.
is the one and only Law Nation, and this is the Late Night Hype. Hey, chat, let me know if y'all like that new visual we got for y'all, man. We're trying to do some different things
Yeah,
for
man.
the show.
Can't
You know
be
what
the
I mean?
same. Can't be the same. Can't stay
No.
the same. Always got to switch up. You know what I'm saying? Got to be, like I said, the Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? We just come with mad different styles all the time. So you always know you can't get a beat on us. You feel me? Like if you're
Right.
fighting in what is it? Mortal Kombat and stuff, and I hit you with the punch, left kick, kick, right,
How you get? We got another one. Uh-oh.
left kick, run, punch.
Right.
I might do that because you might figure out the style. So that's how we doing it here.
We got another super chat. Thank you, Randy Stites. Any possibility of getting Griffin? We will get into that, Randy.
Randy,
Randy Watson.
not Savage.
Shout out to you though for the $5
Donation.
donation for the nation.
Yeah,
No
man.
hesitation.
The Lunatic said intro was tight, just on the triple box. Never cover the Cowboys logo. Oh yeah, he don't want me to cover that Cowboys logo.
We got you.
All
Hey,
right, cool.
Yeah, you were right. We had some news yesterday, some sombering news.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Beard is no longer here, guys.
Yeah, man.
How you feeling about that?
Go ahead, Law.
Well, my thing
You
is,
kicked it with him. You kicked it with him, Law. You took the picture with him. You at the event. You kicked it with him. Talk to us, Law.
Yeah. My thing is the center position. I say is the third hardest position in the NFL, and some can argue and say it's the second hardest. When you play that particular position, you touch the ball 100% of the time, not 99, not 98, not 50. You touching that ball. And on top of that, you got to point out the mic. You got to call the line and slide protection. You got to also get your head up and see who's going to barrel down at you. So for anybody to say, well, he won't be that much missed. No. You look at Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, the amount of touchdowns that he ran behind, dare I say, Travis Frederick is next level. But I can say that Joe Looney, he's ready. He's ready for it. He's built for it. He said he's born for it. So hopefully we can reach out to Joe Looney to get him on the show.
Yeah, definitely. You've already talked to him in a couple of interviews, Law, with
Right.
the Cowboys experience. So shout out to you with that. You have really good interviews, and you know how Looney does. He's a Looney Tune for real. Like he's
Right.
Looney, like his name. For me with Travis Frederick, depressed. Not gonna say I was super surprised because he did have the disease, a year
Right.
back, and he was recuperating. We know some of those guys that you see that are football players but are intellectuals, sometimes they don't play as long as the other players. You know what I mean? You see, I've seen players that are kind of more the intellectual type. They tend to retire quicker because they've already feel like, you know what, I can do something else. And I feel like Travis Frederick was one of those guys where football was important to him, but he didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he had a lot of stuff going on outside of that. And you could see it in his life. I mean, he is a humanitarian, always helping out with the hunger, always just a great human being. I got to meet him last year with the Cowboys experience, had a little quick chit chat and was very gracious, very just respectable guy. And I had nothing but love for him. And I think the biggest thing I loved about him on the field was everybody was talking about when they reached, but when they drafted him out, what was it, 2013 is when they drafted him, I believe?
Yes.
Right. He wasn't looking for it. Yeah,
they wasn't looking for it. And, everybody was talking about they reached for Travis
trading
Frederick.
down.
But for me, in my opinion, I was hyped because I know I'm out here in Big Ten country in Columbus, Ohio. So I see the Big Ten teams. And one thing I know is like a Penn State, when you're happy with a McGovern. But when you see Wisconsin, they have a lot of good offensive linemen, especially you coming from the center position. I just felt comfortable. You get what I'm saying? And he came in, hit the ball, hit the ground running, and it's just been a stalwart. So we're going to miss that. But Law, you're talking about Joe Looney, but I think, they got Connor McGovern, and you posted that McGovern, I played, 14 games at center at Penn State? So I think what they could do is, we know Looney started last time when Travis Frederick was out, but it could be a Connor McGovern going straight to the center position because it could alleviate some of the things that they were going to have to deal with. Because remember, if you had Travis Frederick there, you re-signed Looney as the backup. Now you were figuring, are we going to have Connor McGovern playing guard? Is Connor Williams going to play guard? Who's going to be the swing tackle? They were trying to figure all this out. Right. Now with a Travis Frederick gone, now you could see them saying, hey, let's try to go ahead already with McGovern at the center. You can keep Connor Williams at the guard, and then that alleviates them figuring out what they want to do with the players. I think that may happen because you can always use Looney as a backup in a flex position on both.
Well, let me add this into it, and that's some great points there, Big Game James. Everything else remained the same. I like this thing. You know what I mean? As we began to talk a little bit about this, the reason why the transition was smoothly as relates to the snap count and Dak Prescott feeling comfortable with Joe Looney. I want people to understand that Joe Looney and dare I say Dak Prescott, they worked out those type of situations while Dak Prescott was a rookie. He was the guy that was working under Joe Looney, I believe. And let me know if I'm wrong, Cowboy Nation.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so I was right on that, right? So what I'm saying is that there could be a situation whereas Dak Prescott need his butt out there in training camp and at Oxnard and beyond, because that snap count is so crucial. Being under the center, being able to understand what McGovern is trying to do as it relates to block, slide protection. I know quarterback calls are most of those things, but McGovern, believe it or not, he will be the quote unquote rookie this year.
Right.
because redshirted, and then on top of that, yes, he had the pectoral issue and that type of situation. You just never know, is he ready for NFL heat? We know he's ready for college heat, but NFL is a different level, Cowboy Nation. So what I want to see is that if McGovern get that spot, for one, I want him to earn that spot. I want him to outbeat Looney. I don't want him given the position. I want it to be a dog out fight. And then on top of that, I have to see with my natural eyes Dak Prescott under center, getting those handoffs and making sure everything is smooth and cool and calm. You see, so that's how I look at it from those aspects of it.
Well, hopefully with this new offensive line coach and new
Joe
guys
Philbin.
as a whole, Joe Philbin, we don't have to figure out, we won't have to worry about that issue, because what you just said right there with the old staff, you know how they did. If this was an injury with the old staff and Frederick would have quit, I mean, we're retired like he did, and you still had the old staff, then yeah, we would already be saying, oh, Connor McGovern, if they want him to go to center, it ain't going to be no questions, if, and, or but. They're already going to put him in practicing, and that's just what it's going to be. I feel you what you're saying with the competition, but I feel like once again, he came in with a pretty good grade out of college. He should be ready. You spend a whole season out, and if Travis Frederick can hit the ground running, okay, you can hit the ground running too, McGovern. You sat out a whole year. This is going to be like your rookie year, but you had a whole year to develop, and you already were a high draft pick. So get it together. Not saying you don't, but let's get that, make sure that strength was good, and let's go ahead and get this figured out, because now it could be things changing the draft. We don't know if they're going to look at a free agent. We're going to see what these guys, Brandon Knight, Mitch Hyatt, those guys are all going to have to step up, and we're going to have to see what these guys are going to do. Adam Redmond, who they just re-signed as well. These guys now are going to be more key than they were even before, because now you got your all-pro center out, and you have to figure out what you're going to do. And just like you said, your quarterback's not in camp. Your quarterback hasn't signed his contract. Now you're missing an all-pro center. You got to figure this stuff out, because if you don't have a center and you don't have a quarterback and you got a new staff, that ain't looking good to me.
It ain't.
Well, we had a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. First of all, we got $5 holla. We got
$5 holla. Donation.
Torres Carson. He says $5 holla.
$5 holla. You know about the hollers.
We had a
There's
question.
no hollers over this way too.
I'm not sure where that one went.
Send it.
The lunatic in the chat. He says, will a possible shorter training camp help Looney or McGovern? I don't know that a shorter training camp is going to help anyone.
Need all that.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to be there. Someone else said they didn't want to rely on a drafted player this year to fill. Here it is, PC76. He says, I don't want no rookie or redshirt player at center. Well, here's my thing about the redshirt player.
If you don't like
is
it.
Connor. Connor McGovern is not just your normal redshirt player. If he came out this year, he probably goes high second round. Yeah, he's probably, if not the end of the first round, similar to Travis Frederick, depending on a team that really needs a position. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and we've all been talking about who we want to see get this spot. But I don't recall getting an answer from you guys. I didn't ask you guys yet, but who do you want to see take this down, McGovern or Joe Looney? And is there some reasons behind it?
I want to see McGovern take it. Not that I don't like Joe Looney. I want to see McGovern take it because you spend a third-round draft pick on him, right? You still have Connor Williams, who you spend your second-round pick on it. So you got to figure these guys out. Connor is going to be in his third year. This will be McGovern's second year. You got to go. If you drafted these people, Joe Looney wasn't drafted with the team. You get what I'm saying? He came in as a unrestricted free agent or undrafted free agent. I don't know if he came through that way, but he was not a pick. So why would Joe Looney get the first crack when you weren't a pick? The picks got to play. That's why you drafted them. They have to play. So in my opinion, you got to put Connor McGovern. Sorry that he's a rookie or sorry that he was hurt. That ain't the problem. The thing is that, just like you said, Skywalker, he was highly rated. So it wasn't like he was a bum off the streets when they got him. He was a highly rated player. So it's not like you're getting a player that's coming in the lineup that is a bum at the center or guard position. You have a highly rated player. It's just about him getting reps and playing time now to see what he's got. And I believe he does have something, because if you looked at his tape at Penn State, the boy looked good. He good.
What about you, Log? We know Joe Looney has about 90 career games and 30 career starts. So he's a very veteran type player, but who do you see, or who do you want to see here get this position moving forward?
Well, my guy Looney is more so of a he's good against the run, I guess. Well, when it's time for the run block or what have you. I just have to see Connor in that particular situation. I think Connor will probably be better at pass, block protection, what have you. So it's one of those things. Is wait and see for me. So
yeah,
I have yet to see any Connor. I didn't look up Connor film as it relates to college tape wise. I think that he's a mauler. So big game, James, and you two, you guys got more intel and information for the nation than me. But I just looking at it like this: who got pro football experience is Joe Looney, and I think that of course they should wrestle this out and see who wins. But I'm with the old wait and see situation.
Yeah, that's a pretty respectable way to look at it there, because we don't know. We have to see. We know Looney's been in the league for a while. He's played he's played under a bunch of different teams. He has that experience where Connor McGovern, we just haven't seen anything yet. So the fair thing to do is probably just wait and see what's up.
Yeah, like I said, they can fight it out. That's cool. But like I said, the draft picks to me, draft picks got to play.
What about this one?
But you know what this mean though, big game, James? And Luke Skywalker still.
What about this one? Go ahead.
What this means is that also this should be writing on the wall for us to take a look at, hey, who's going to replace Tyron Smith as well, you see.
Somebody brought that up yesterday, yeah.
So this
I've been bringing it up, but you don't want to listen to me, Skywalker.
I'm riding with it was East Side, but I'm riding with Tyron Smith until the wheels fall off. But I will admit this Travis Frederick news that makes me scared a bit of what might happen with Tyron Smith in 2 years for retirement purposes. Not necessarily him falling off, right, or him getting injured. I'm worried that he might just be
he's gonna be injured. He's going to miss at least a couple games. Yeah.
Right, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with him missing a couple games.
I'm
that donation?
Wood.
No.
Yeah. But
what about this though?
But I told you. If you, I'm not advocating you just get rid of Tyron Smith, but I'm saying you should look into things. If somebody comes through with deals and that you're looking through the NFL, you can't just say no. It'd be different if Tyron Smith was 24 years old and coming in the league. Tyron Smith is 29 now. You know what I'm saying? If you were to cut him right now, you get $8 million back. I'm not saying cut him, but I'm saying if there's a trade possibility, you should at least look into it and
But
see.
you have to
Doesn't
have
mean you're gonna do
contingencies.
Contingencies for what?
So you get rid of Tyron Smith. Who's your left tackle?
I understand that they got Connor Williams could play it.
Do we know that?
He played left tackle in college. You just talked about playing Connor Williams
as a swing tackle. A whole different ball game as a swing tackle.
You said he could be you said he could play tackle. He played tackle in college.
A swing tackle, and my God protecting my franchise quarterback for 16 games.
You don't think he play left tackle?
I don't know that yet.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't know that yet.
I'm saying as an organization, you owe it to your organization to always look at all things. And I'm
no one's disagreeing on that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If there's a really good deal, you never know.
You
might do it before he downs. He's what, 29 years old? Just saying, how much longer?
I'm not trading Tyron Smith. If you get, you're not going to get no. I just don't see it happening. He's not. It's not worth trading him right now. I don't even want to get into that. But there was somebody that said up in the chat, what about not Joe Looney? What's his name? Ron Leary coming in. Put Ron Leary at left guard, Connor McGovern at center, because we still need depth. We still need depth. And
is Ron Leary that guy anymore?
I don't know.
What happened to Connor Williams? What did he do?
That's what I'm saying. Is Ron Leary better than Connor Williams?
Nah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think so.
Nah.
Well, not right now. Maybe in 2016, but he's not that dude. Every single year he went down. Why do you think the Broncos are saying bye? And you've been injured.
Yeah, he's stronger. He's stronger than him, but he
has a higher IQ too.
Yeah. But that's the other thing.
This is the other thing someone else brought up about it, which I thought was interesting. Tyron Smith does not play well next to Connor Williams. That's a fact. When Connor Williams is out of the lineup, our line plays a little bit better. And we know Ron Leary has played next to Tyron Smith for a number of years.
Yeah. Past tense.
Has played with them for a number of years, and he has a higher IQ. Me personally don't think it'd be a bad idea to see, hey, what's up? And then have a compete at left guard. And whoever wins, great. Whoever loses, you got some depth. We still need depth. That's all. Ron Leary
my
has
thing is the reason why Tyron Smith plays like that. When I look at the tape, I see that he overcompensates.
So what
He's
is
kind of
Adam
like
Redmond?
favoring. He's trying to help out the young lad.
That's a
you
problem.
see. And that's the problem. It's just that he just don't trust Connor Williams to hold his ground. It's kind of like, hey, I got my little brother with me, and he can't hold his fight by himself, so I switch off of my man. And Tyron Smith's major issue is what? Those bendy, quick edge rushers that come off of that edge, and all the time they win.
Shout out to
by
Star
bending
Boy.
and coming off the edge.
$2 got a $1.99 super chat. He says, "I miss Keith Smith. Him and Zeke were fire together." I honestly, I get it, Keith Smith. You're cool and everything, but I can care less about the fullback position. I'm sorry, I am. But go ahead. I'm sorry about right defensive ends. And,
No. They're just saying they bend it, they get around the edge, they scoop, and they put Tyron Smith in a bad situation. And he's just so massive and big. It seems like when he touch or when he grab, even when he got his hands to the inside, you see the flag on the field. They say holding every time. Y'all notice that?
Oh yeah, I mean, Tyron always get them stupid. It's ridiculous.
He gets a lot of phantom penalties because he's so damn big. I think
So
he gets.
big, yeah.
I think Tyron Smith gets the Shaq rule. I
Yeah.
believe he's so damn big
Yeah.
and strong that once he puts his hands on you, it just looks like he's holding you. Because them defensive ends, they over exaggerate it too. When he puts his hands on them, and they bend all kind of weird ways, and then they want to throw the flag, and we look at it again and instant replay like, man, that wasn't no damn
It wasn't
hold.
a hold.
So
Yeah.
he gets a lot of a bad rap with them phantom holds. But like I said, I don't think Connor Williams, I'm trying to look up his grade, but I don't think he gave up a lot of sacks this past season. He hasn't been terrible at the guard position.
No, he was not terrible.
Okay,
he was
not
better.
terrible
He
last
wasn't.
year.
He
was
wasn't
a lot better
good
last year.
In my opinion, he wasn't good, but he wasn't bad. He was okay, and he was getting better as a player. But he still was the weak link, which I mean,
But
that's going to happen.
But when I hear people say Ron Leary is better in the run game, what makes you say that after 4 years of him being gone? Have you watched the tape and see if Ron Leary's, or are you just going by Ron Leary, the man that you seen when he was with the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, people are saying that. Yeah, I mean, if you got proof that either one is better, I don't
Show
think
me.
anyone knows that if either one is better. Because if we want to be honest, like I said, Connor wasn't that good, but he wasn't bad. He was an okay player. But second year, new position, we kind of gave him some leeway for that. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think he was that bad last year.
He wasn't that bad, but he wasn't that good either. He was just dead smack in the middle, and he had a lot of lapses.
So he was average.
He was average, So you look to upgrade from average. So you bring in competition to beat out average, and you hope that competition makes average good. So we have to bring, in my opinion,
Got you. So we're bringing in average to go against average.
bringing in competition. If average is going to push the average to be better, then so be it. But you can't. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into the season without addressing the backup
I'm saying
position.
you just re-signed Adam Redmond. What position did he play?
Adam.
I'm just saying. You brought him. You brought him back.
Yeah, they brought him back because they like him, sure. But I mean, are we believing in Adam Redmond?
I'm just saying you brought him back for death. I don't know what's so great about Ron Leary right now. It's just a name right now.
I mean, I definitely would say see what's up for sure. I mean, if he's healthy, you got a guy who you can rely on. If he's healthy, if he's not healthy, then no, you don't do it. But bring him in as my man. But Law says for a cup of coffee.
Okay. He said he got a crib in Dallas too, so bring him in for a cup of coffee and let's see what he can do with them broke up knees and body.
It better be straight. Don't put no cream.
We'll see what he can do with that broke up. We'll see what he can do with that broke up body.
Yeah. Straight now. No cream and sugar now.
All right, location for the nation. Drop your location. Let's see where you're from.
Where the hell you coming from Corona Iris?
Corona Island.
The isolation for the nation, baby.
The isolation for the nation.
Isolation for the nation. Give me
Get
your
out there,
location.
And
What's
throw
up,
some
Tony P
donations.
from NC? He says, "Hey fellas, what's up? What's the hold up on Poe?" Yeah, we're gonna get it.
We all waiting on that.
I got a theory. Me and Sky, we got a little theory going on.
Ooh, I'm waiting to hear this theory.
VA Beach in the building, 215.
Bob Beach. I used to live in Bob Beach. Shout out to you, 757. Princess
Charlotte,
Anne.
NC. Kansas
Princess
City.
Anne, Bob Beach.
What's 704?
Shout out to 601 too, man.
Washington in the building. Baldwin Park. Saudi Arabia. What's going on?
The hell?
That's what I'm talking about. From
Hey,
Saudi in the building.
Saudi Arabia should
Maryland.
definitely be donating.
Washington Street.
All the big dogs.
Washington State. Worcester. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Another
Don't
one.
you do it. Don't you do it.
What kind of
Don't
sauce
you
is
do it.
that?
I heard you say it. I'm glad you stopped yourself because you was about to
Worcester.
butcher it. about to butcher it.
Massachusetts.
There you go. I'm glad you stopped and
Shreveport,
slowed down.
Louisiana.
I'm glad you stopped down.
Colorado. Hey, light one up for me, Muggs. Colorado in the building.
Colorado.
South Dakota. What's up, Jamie?
If you in Cali, light up 5.
Texas. Fort Worth.
Get down.
Fort Worth. There we go.
Oxnard.
Shout out to Oak
Fort
Cliff.
Worth, Texas. Hey, Oak Cliff.
PA.
And shout out to Oxnard. Was out there.
My house, Michelle.
PA. What's up?
719.
Who's
Hampton.
the 719?
I don't know
Hampton.
what's
On your mind.
I know about Hampton. Naughty by Norfolk.
bad
Party
news. We
down
got bad news,
P-Town.
Virginia. Newport News. They call it bad
Newport
news down
News.
there.
I know.
Shout out to
Yeah, I know
Alex
about
Moore.
VA.
Oak Cliff,
Plantersville.
America.
just
he
out
says.
there in
Ready
Oak-
Red. What's up, Ready?
Oklahoma.
Swag is from Texas. Plantersville, Mississippi.
Plantersville. That almost sounds like Planter Fresh Ice. Who's the 215?
That's not Philly Cowboy.
Is that?
California.
Oh yeah, that's for the Cowboy
IA.
76. He changed his name.
Yeah, that's what I figured that was. PC 76.
PC 76.
Appreciate y'all, nation.
Sacktown, Raymond, Sacktown.
Q talking about Dirty Beach, Galveston.
I know all
beach
about
down
Dirty
there.
Beach. That beach is dirty, Galveston.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
dirty.
Hey, I know y'all saw the call-in line right there, but we're going to do the call-in at the end of the show. I was going to save that for y'all, but that kind of popped up right there. Yeah, we'll do the call-in later today or tonight. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes. See how many y'all crazy Cowboy fans get up in there. But make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't.
Please
Smash
I
that
heard
like
it
button
gives
on
you
all
good
the
luck,
pages.
man. It gives you good luck when you hit that like and subscribe. It make you feel good.
make you feel good because we pushing this, man. We gotta
Pushing
push
this
it.
thing.
Absolutely,
Let's talk
absolutely.
about some damn Randy Gregory.
Randy
Randy.
Watson.
Randy. Talking about Randy.
That boy good.
That boy good. That damn big. He good. He good.
So we have the Randy Gregory news, kinda the reinstatement stuff.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this? Because I'm part of me is excited.
And part of you is over it.
Part of me, I'm not over it. Part of
I'm
me is
talking about
cautious.
I'm just saying over it is. Do you really? Okay, I guess I'm agreeing with you with cautious.
Cautiously optimistic.
Can we really believe? I can only really believe because it's been the marijuana issues that's been the problem.
Right.
So that gives me the solid hope because it hasn't been anything else but marijuana. So that gives me the hope. But damn it, this been since when? 2015? I'm like, damn, dog. When you gonna get on this damn field and play some football, man, for Cowboys?
This might be it.
He gave us a little splash, right? In 18.
I know, but I'm tired of the
In
damn
18.
teasing. Stop teasing, dog. Just hey, get here and stay here, cause it ain't like you 22 no more. You 28.
Yeah.
But that Ben.
That damn Ben ain't gonna last forever though.
He gonna cut grass with that.
Can't be
with that shoulder.
35 with that
Look,
damn Ben.
We need. We don't want him. We need him.
That's the
Hell
crazy
yeah, I
thing
know
about
we
it.
do.
We
I know
don't
we do.
want him, but we
Go in on
need
that,
him.
Lord.
I know we need him.
Expand on that, Law. Why do we need him?
You got rid of a pass rushing specialist in Robert Quinn. And on top of that, we need to be able to have some type of threat on that side because I just don't want it to be September or whenever the NFL open up and we got this guy named Tyron Crawford who have zero bend on that particular side. Of course, we like Dorrance Armstrong for a cup of coffee, but we don't want a Dorrance Armstrong, dare I say. Be our nice guy. They're going to take all of those reps. So give me, if they don't go out there and get a Griffin, if they don't go out there and make some moves, if they don't go out there and draft somebody, and especially if you go out there and draft somebody for crying out loud, you got to draft them early because I don't see a guy that's in the third or the fourth round or what have you making that type of impact. So I don't want Randy Gregory. We need him.
I mean, that's a good point. And here's the problem. Now, I'm going to bring this up here in a second, as soon as I freaking find it. All right, here we go. Here's the thing. We don't have a lot behind Randy Gregory. And really, we don't have a lot in front of Randy Gregory. And that becomes the problem. Randy Gregory is likely going to be your pass rush specialist as opposed to your every down right defense end. Even if he's the starter, he's not going to see, in my opinion, 75, 80% of the snaps. So with that said, I think Dallas needs to go out into the free agent market. Now, We've heard the
They ain't
Griffin.
doing the waivers. I mean, that don't even look like it's on now.
Yeah, we heard the Griffin thing at first. We heard the Clowney thing was shut down. I don't know where we're at with those two. Griffin is the one I want. I really want to go after Griffin.
I think Griffin outpriced himself. He wanted Robert Quinn's dollars, you know.
Well, yeah, Quinn probably screwed that.
We just talked about when Connor was on here. We talked about the Cowboys' barometer as far as signing people. Gerald McCoy just signed for $6 million per. I mean, even when you had Robert Quinn come over last year, didn't he have what, 7 per? It was you know, it's around that mark. And Everson Griffin is not coming over to the Cowboys because he loves the Cowboys for $6 million at 32.
Real quick,
not doing that.
Real quick, guys, we'll get back into it. Lee Norman, what's up, man? He says, "What's up, fellas? How can I leave a donation for the nation?" It's a number of different ways. Y'all want to tell them?
I mean, you can super chat it in. You can be a proud Patreon. Patreon.com. PAT.
Cash App.
Cash App. Yeah, we Cash
PayPal.
App.
I got PayPal.
PayPal. Big Game James. Cash App. That dog. You ain't got. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about.
Head to our pages, Norm. If you go to our channels in our about section, that has all the information where you can reach us, man, for donation. And we appreciate that. But
money order the nation.
But yeah,
you can check with the nation.
What's your take on the free agent defensive ends right now? Because I put 2 more up here. If you see, aside from Griffin and Clowney, we also have Cameron Wake, who may be older but still was being an impactful player. Ziggy Ansah, that's right up the Cowboys' alley. An injured player, former first-round pick, former productive player, and probably going to be cheap.
But Ziggy with it.
I thought that Ziggy had a. Let me pull up Ziggy's stats, man.
This is the kind of
y'all do your thing.
Yeah, this is the Ziggy Ansah is the kind of signing, in my opinion, that this is right up Dallas's alley. Cheap, injured, not a guy you're gonna. Not a guy. I mean, let's be honest.
For real.
That is, they love these guys because they're former first-round picks, former productive players that are going to come in on the cheap. I personally believe Griffin will be a perfect right defensive end to
He'd
pair
be a perfect, but that's
with,
not happening.
It's silly not to. They need to stop being cheap.
I feel you. But here's the thing: we know it ain't gonna happen. So why are we even gonna just keep beating ourselves up? We just torture ourselves. We torture ourselves. Why we want to torture ourselves?
We're not torturing it. No. We're just bringing up the conversation of the free agent defense. It is torture
because we're talking about Griffin being, oh man, we want him. That's torturing ourselves because Dallas ain't gonna get him because, like I said, Griffin at 32 is not gonna take no $6 million per.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that, dog. This is his last deal.
So what? Money. We should just not talk about any of the free agent defense ends then?
I'm just saying, do we think the Cowboys are gonna get him?
We don't know what the Cowboys are gonna do.
They're gonna put all their damn eggs on Randy Gregory, and you know it.
No, they better not.
It's time for number 98.
You're saying they better
Tyron
not.
Crawford,
exactly.
Baby.
There you go. I'm glad you brought him into it too.
There you go.
Because he's going to play that in too. They're going to say, we got Tyron Crawford and we got Randy Gregory. We're okay.
Okay, that's different than just Randy Gregory.
But I'm thinking, but also I'll bring up, when you're talking about the defensive ends in the draft, Ryan Humphard, my man, and I said it too. Hey, ho, we got Raymond Colazo with the 499. Holla, appreciate you guys. Hard work and keep it up, fam.
Thank you, Raymond.
You're always my fam. It's so funny. Raymond, I just want to say a quick story.
Donations.
This was like 2 years ago, I think. Raymond asked a question on the show, right? And I think he asked it like 3 times. I didn't get to it. And I felt like really bad. And, that's when we were just starting. So I'm not saying I'm all that now. But I was going in people's inbox like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I forgot to answer your question. I was like, so I jumped in Raymond's inbox like, hey, dog, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to answer. He's like, oh, it's cool. It's cool. I don't know. I just want to say that because it formed a friendship with us. And we got really, really cool after that. So shout out to you, Raymond, dog. He's always been cool. Great family, great guy, great family man, all that good stuff. So I just want to give that shout out to him for that. Hopefully I didn't forget what I was saying. I think I probably did.
That's all right. Swaggy says, play all the young guys. How y'all feel about that? The defense ends.
I want to see what Jalen Jelks and Joe Jackson do look like. I want to see if Jalen Jelks is going to play linebacker because they got him listed at linebacker. I want to see what Joe Jackson can do, and we do want to see what Dorrance Armstrong Jr. You got him on the roster, so you want to see him. But as long as Tyron Crawford is there and he's not going anywhere as we can see it, he's probably going to take that pay cut. So I feel like they're going to put all their chips on Randy Gregory, Tyron Crawford, and then, as I was saying, that's what I remember. Ryan Humphard, shout out to you, Ryan, my guy over Southern Blues. Chasen is the guy that's starting to come up now from LSU. Because remember how we was focusing on, well, not we, but I was talking about Henderson a lot, that he may be the pick at the cornerback position.
Yeah.
But that Chasen from LSU, 6'4", 250 pounds, he's versatile. He can come off that edge, man. He can't come off that edge. He could be an edge rusher that the Cowboys will look at, because if you drafted Chasen at 17 and you stayed there, would you be mad at that? Hell no.
Okay, but I got to ask you in law, because that's the same thing as putting all your eggs in the basket on draft pick. What about beyond Chasen? Is there anybody in the first round at 17 or second round?
No. Second round, maybe there's some guys out there.
So
I don't have – go ahead.
So that's where I believe they need to address it. It don't even have to be Griffin. It needs to be somebody.
I'm agreeing with you, dog. I'm not
saying this. I'm not saying this argumentatively. I'm saying that I'm just telling you they need to address the position outside of Randy, the young guys, Tyron Crawford, who coming off of 2 hip injuries, by the way, at 30 years old. So they need to go out and get somebody. It don't have to be them big guys, but somebody. So I'm hoping we see something. Free agency been slow.
They can always go after getting Benson Mayoa back again.
Benson Mayoa,
I guess.
He actually had a decent year at Arizona.
Sacks, something like that. Oh, how many sacks he had with Arizona?
He had a good year. Him and what's your boy over there? The other guy that's nasty, Chandler Jones. He had a pretty good year with Chandler Jones. Just saying. You said anybody.
We'll figure this thing out, man.
One way or another, right?
One way or another, man.
Any under the radar defensive ends in free agency left for you, Law?
Nobody, man. I've been looking at the creme de la creme people, but I would say this though for everybody that need to understand this. If you think about this, after the draft, that's where the second wave will be. And somebody's going to cut somebody, right? I mean, they're going to draft a Chase on, and they're going to look at it like, we no longer need our veteran guy. And all the prices of the people that you just showed me, Clowney, Griffin, of course, Wake, although he's way long in the tooth.
38.
He's long in the teeth. So
he'll still be doing it though. When you think he be count, when you count him out, he's still.
I take him over Tyron Crawford all day tomorrow.
Hell yeah, I would. Be a pass rush.
All of their prices go down though. You know, after the draft, all of their prices, their bargaining chip, it goes down. So maybe, just maybe, I'm just putting this out there, nation. Maybe you can squeeze Clowney for $12 million and say for 1 year, prove it to me. Let me see what you can do.
Tell them big game.
You know, or maybe you can squeeze action, man. Maybe you can squeeze Griffin and say, hey, man, you finna be 33 years old. You stretched the year because he's 32 now. You say, man, you finna be 33 years old, man. They hung Jesus on the cross when he was that age. Let me get him hang over here, man. Come on, hang over.
What's up, J Farm? I see you, J Farm.
Yeah. Hang on with Dallas Cowboys land for this 1 year deal. Let's go with it. You say
it's real eerie this year to me with the free agency because first of all you got the stuff going on, you know, in the world right now, so that's kind of making things a little choppy, right? And then you got some of these reports coming out where these type of reports, in my opinion, we really didn't hear this we didn't really hear this before in the sense of the Cowboys really being interested in past years because we weren't going after those type of guys. But it sounds like we're actually reaching out to say, hey, what y'all want? All right, a little bit too much. We're cool. In the past, we would have never looked into no damn Everson Griffin.
You're right.
Hell, not even Gerald McCoy. So
not even Dontari Poe.
No.
They wouldn't even snacks. None of them. We wouldn't even. Never been a thought of.
So I'm just
damn sure wouldn't have got Gerald McCoy.
No, we wouldn't. We could have got him for 3 years. Remember we talked about that.
We could have got him like 3 years ago.
And they just
every year we could have had him.
So I'm hoping that with the process changing up a little bit, maybe we'll hear something happen in the coming days. Because of the Rona, as I want to call it. I'm not going to say the full thing, but the Rona, maybe that's holding things up. And what I mean by holding things up, I'm talking about Dontari Poe. We got all these reports that Dontari Poe was supposed to be signed. It might happen at the end of the day. What are you hearing? And then once we get past that, let's actually talk about the player. But what's going on, man? What is your theories on what's happening right now with Dontari Poe?
That's all law.
Well, my theory is that, and my guy Jay Form can let everybody know that too, man. He's in the chat.
What's up, Jay?
They got to do medicals, man. You just can't sign people off the streets and thinking that they come from their injury or whatever surgery they had during the off season. that there'd be a good bill out there, you know. So in a contract situation, there's two parties to it. You see, there's the Dallas Cowboys angle, and then there's the players representative angle, and they sitting there saying my player's healthy, but the Cowboys angle is like, well, let me double check. But guess what? By everything is going on with Rona. Man, that's
you
bad.
Can't get
chick,
checked
man.
like that. Yeah.
that Rona shutting everybody down.
Mm-hmm.
She a bad chick. That Rona is shutting everything down, and is not allowing the natural process to go through. So although the Cowboys probably started the ink on paper, they said, hold up before it dry. Are you sure? Because the last thing anybody want is to have damaged goods. Before you buy a house, I want people that's out here in the chat box. Before you buy a house, still get the inspection. Don't always rely on the people that's selling you the house to say, hey, here's my paperwork for the inspection. No, you go out there and it's worthy and it's worth every grain of salt for you to even spend your own paper for $300 or $400 or $500, whatever it may be, to do your own research, do your own market research, do your own understanding, and understand what's going on with that particular property before you sink a large chunk of cash. And dare I say, that's just the reality of it.
I think I agree with you. I think what's holding up is maybe this is just a theory. We have no idea.
Theory
but could be we thought it was a quads. He got surgery on,
I think he tore a quad.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
He tore something in November, got surgery, and maybe they just want to check it out. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, NFLPA physicians or the NFL physicians put out a memo that said, hey, we're going to use our services on people that need help around the country right now. We'll get to the players at a later date. Maybe that's it. I mean, I don't know. We're just thinking because we had momentum on this, and all of a sudden, boom, it's done. But aside from that, big game, how we feel about the player, Dontari Poe, potentially pairing with McCoy.
Well, if you're looking at the stats with Poe and McCoy and the Carolina run defense, it wasn't great. I think it was almost like bottom of the barrel, one of the worst in the leagues. So don't look at the stats and let's get excited about that. Because if you look at the stats, you're like, hell, why the hell did they do this? But we've been talking about having a fat boy being back. And you know they can never be waxed. So that addresses the fat boy, and it's not like he's a bum in the streets. Poe is a pretty good player, and I believe you got to change the scenery, and you're coming over with McCoy, who's super ecstatic with being with the Cowboys. He said this is like a dream come true. When you hear them guys saying it's a dream come true, they want to play, and McCoy is always a high motor guy anyway. And I just think you pair them, and then you get back at Antoine Woods. And then you can still slide in a Crawford if you're going, because you're going to probably keep him now. Like I said, Crawford looks better when that salary is reduced and you ain't the man. Okay, so when you get other guys and you don't put Crawford as the guy being the starting defensive end that we've had the last 3 years, then you feel better. But I love to have the fat boy in there because guess what? We can finally hold the point of attack, dog, because we've been struggling with that, holding the point of attack and then wearing down in the third quarter, things of that nature. I think this is definitely going to help the Cowboys in the long run. And you can still draft a defensive tackle. It doesn't stop you. It doesn't hurt. This is a help, and this gives you more depth. You can bring a Tristan Hill along because you got McCoy, and then you can still draft somebody, hopefully a Leaky Fotu, something like that falls, and then you can bring him up in the way. So I really love it as far as the size. I'd rather get Snacks. I think Snacks is still the better player even at 31, but I'd be happy with Poe if they got it.
Yeah, I love Poe's versatility. I know you did a film breakdown on Poe, right, Law?
Right.
Welcome to the Law Nation film breakdown.
As you take a deeper look at Dontari Poe, they said somebody hit me up like, "Oh, why you keep saying Dontario?" I got a cousin. I got a cousin named John Terrio, and every time y'all look at him, say John Terrio because he's big and he had like the little dreads. He got that little fat body with the little arms, you know. And I got a cousin built like that, so I'm sitting here like, God, dog. I keep on saying, "Oh," I'm putting the O on the end of it, but you guys get what I'm saying. I'm from Natchez, Mississippi, so we mess over words, but he is a better pass rushing guy from the inside than, dare I say, Snacks. Snacks is better against the run. Snacks is a guy that can pretty much laterally move and plug in holes and these sorts of things. But Poe, he's a penetrator. He can line up at the 0. He can line up at the 1, shade the 1, and he can play some three tech too. So I look at Poe not just as a big boy that you can put inside, but he got some pass rushing moves. He got a bend, big game, James.
I seen it. I watched some of his tape yesterday.
He got that bend too from the inside, and he plays and he knows. Look, the most valuable thing that anybody can do from the inside is learn how to stunt and also learn how to set up for the next play. You see, so he got some of that wickedness about him, and I sit there like, man, he's that nice from the inside. Man, we haven't seen that in a long time, Cowboy Nation.
We ain't seen that size in a long time. That's for damn sure, and that's what I want to see, some plugging in, some clogging.
We had Jay Farm in the chat, our favorite, most optimistic Cowboy fan.
Oh yeah, the most. That's my most favorite Cowboy.
He's the most optimistic. That's the sarcasm, by the way.
Right,
I love you, Jay. He says he was not feeling that McCoy signing. So he doesn't like the McCoy signing.
He don't like nothing.
Yeah, well, how do we feel about the McCoy Poe pairing? That's what because I believe when you get Poe,
is that an upgrade? Isn't that an upgrade, Jay?
Oh
you ain't even gonna say it's an upgrade because I know you said it was the defensive line was terrible last year. You're not even gonna say this is an upgrade if they get Poe. What the hell is an upgrade? I need to know.
My thing is this right here. I don't look at McCoy as an individual, and I want you guys to hear me out. I don't think that the Carolina Panthers, did they have a DeMarcus Lawrence last year?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so they didn't have that. I look at this team and I saw all of the pressures that Malik Collins was able to get. I think he was like ranked 3rd or something like that in collective pass rush from the interior. I think it was 4th actually. But he didn't win his individual battles. One thing that I can say by looking over film of McCoy, he gonna win his one-on-ones. Let me repeat. He's gonna win his one-on-ones. And on top of that, it's gonna force teams to slide their extra guy inside. And it leaves, dare I say, DeMarcus Law by himself. And shout out to the Laws. He's going to be able to get there. And I think that DeMarcus, he's able to win his one-on-one. So we will have a better unit on that side of the field opposed to last year. Because Hyder, as much as I love him and as much as I love also Malik, they just didn't win their one-on-ones. That's all I had issues with them. They got pressure, but they couldn't beat the opposition.
Very good point.
Yeah.
I talked about it yesterday. When you get a Poe and when you get a McCoy, we cannot look at them individually together as the Panthers tandem because they were not them, but the Panthers run defense, like you said, big game, was not good collectively. We have to look at them and project them with this unit. You bring up DeMarcus Lawrence, right? Well, I'll raise you DeMarcus Lawrence and give you Jalen Smith and LVE, not just Luke Kuechly. Right?
Just knocking on some wood with LVE every time I hear his name.
Oh, yeah.
Just knock on some good.
That was a good knock because I thought it was somebody.
I thought somebody was banging up to them with the boys.
I was like, damn, that your crib, Skywalker? What the hell you been doing? Yeah, you been doing them bootleg.
Have to be out.
Doing them bootleg productions.
Now, you know, God, well, I ain't doing them bootleg.
You settled out.
Out here selling my productions out the trunk.
They're selling the productions out the trunk.
I got the movies.
$49.99.
I got the Rona movies.
I got the phone, $49.99. Holla.
No, but you got to project, in my opinion, you got to project McCoy and Poe with the rest of the unit. LVE and Jalen Smith, it's so important to keep them clean. They are not guys that are going to that want to be in the mix all the time. They're not built that way. So we need to get them moving cleanly. And what better player to do that than a 6'3", 346-pound behemoth next to another guy in McCoy, who's a great penetrator, but has been better against the run the older he gets. So you got 2 defensive tackles that you have to account for. Oh, and by the way, you got DeMarcus Lawrence on the left side. Oh, and by the way, potentially a pass rusher like Randy Gregory coming on the right side. So you have to account for that entire front 7 when you're game planning, and that's because you added 2 interior guys that you have to pay attention to. Where in previous years, I mean, when's the last time we could say that? Jay Hatcher? Maybe Hatcher?
Yeah. Hatcher was the last, he had 11 sacks before his last year going out. So, but he still wasn't a big boy.
Nope, he wasn't.
But Jay said we have Terry McLean. What was the name? McLean still out there.
Terrell
McClain. He
Terrell
actually
McClain.
didn't. I mean, he actually didn't do bad when he was with Dallas.
What team he went to?
When he left with us,
Everywhere.
he went to Washington. He went to somewhere else. He went, he went bouncing around everywhere after Dallas. He left Dallas, but he went to them damn Redskins because they love scooping up older Cowboys players. Oh, we got him. He's 35, but we got him.
Somebody said, I think they talking about Rolando. Rolando's done.
No, he been done. He on that lane. But
Boy.
he got his degree, so I ain't hating.
Congratulations to him.
Congratulations. He got that degree on that lane. It's like, somebody stop. He would come over there and smack me.
Graduations for the nation.
For real.
I'm gonna go ahead and open up the line right here. We'll see what happens in the coming minutes. Yeah, we'll see.
Tell Esau Harold bring his ass in and call. I just seen your ass in the chat. Call in.
He
Esau.
called in yesterday. He called in on my joint
Call in
yesterday.
again. You can call in again.
Better call on Tyrone. Where Tyrone at?
Tyrone chilling. I ain't seen Tyrone. There's a few people ain't here today. It must have been that Rona.
That Rona.
Got you sleepy.
Yeah,
Sleepy and tired. I'm tired.
I'm
so
up
tired.
and
I'm tired.
Tired,
But, hey.
We got Greg saying he's scared of LVE's neck. Yeah.
Hey ho, I got a $4.99 holla from B-Rob, Big Game James, Law Nation, and Skywalker Steel. Thanks for the late night content and entertainment. It's definitely appreciated. Donation.
Thank you, sir.
He knows.
With no hesitation, baby.
He knows.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love him already.
The Rob.
I appreciate that. Y'all giving us some entertainment.
Angel,
too.
you be going ham though when you. I think when you called in on us, you be going ham. And Angel be coming with statistics, so be ready. Remember, these calls ain't long.
Yeah. See, on my show, I'll be letting them go a little because it's just me. But it's three of us, so yeah. If y'all call in here, don't be scared either. We don't bite.
Don't be scared, but don't come with 5 minutes. Come with a minute version of what you got to say.
Let me post that number in the comment box.
A minute version, no 5-minute version. It's a minute version.
Somebody just tried to call.
You got 88 and you got 98.
Angel said he was gonna call. But when we talking about them linebackers, I'm agreeing with you with the big boy as this that what is the oh my God!
Whoa!
Whoa! It's unbelievable. Please hold on. Please let me know if you meant that. Please let me know if you meant that.
Oh my God! Muggs Maxwell's the biggest.
Yo.
And I don't care. He's the biggest, baddest motherfucker out. He's the biggest, baddest.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's happening.
$400 donation to help grow the nation with no deviations and hesitations. I hope he meant $400. Did he mean it? Did he mean it? Did he mean it? $400.
Oh my God.
What? I've never in my life.
There's hype right here. This is total pandemonium.
I don't know. It went away. I don't know if it.
Was that an accident, bro?
I don't know.
Record breaking.
I don't know right now. What?
400. Wow. Y'all tweet that out, man. Let's screen grab.
At least we saw it. I don't know if it was attracted.
We gonna have to send him a late night hype T-shirt, hat, and a pair of golf gloves.
For real. So I don't know if it went through, but if it did, I don't know. Just seeing it got me excited. We was just talking about the $100 Halloween. We
yeah, there was $100 when we saw.
Y'all talking about somebody's page. We were like, damn, man, they donating $100 over there. Hey,
wow.
Muggs was like, let me top it.
Yo, is that
hey,
we're Muggs is probably like retract.
Yeah, he tried to like, I didn't mean to do that. He said I wanted to give you a holler, not a $400 holler.
Yo.
That was crazy.
That wasn't no holler. Well, at least it was yelling.
Yo, somebody's trying.
That was exciting for a minute though.
$400, man.
Damn, that was dope.
Hold on. Can says the line is busy. They're not getting through.
Whew, that's because we went nutty and I screamed the line busy.
Hold on.
I'm sweating and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying. Check on Muggs, y'all. Check
on Muggs. Muggs, all right.
That Muggsy Bowes, by the way.
Look at Crazy said maybe he meant 40.
Man, that's what I'm thinking. Or 4.
Hey, I don't care. We still appreciate you, Muggs. You ain't have to leave.
Yeah, where you at?
You at, Muggs?
You ain't have to leave, dog.
Muggs probably passed he probably passed out.
Muggs said, "Oh shit, my shit. I got to take care of this, and I did that."
Oh my goodness.
Let me see something real quick.
Said for real.
Hey, if they call my line, Luke. I mean, not Luke. I'm calling you Luke.
Yeah, that's big. He said that's big
Scott.
balls for you. Yeah.
I'm connected with somebody
they
that
call
just
my
called.
number. Would they be able to hear?
Would they be able to
Will
hear?
you all be able to hear if they call my line? Nah, they won't be able to hear, right? 'Cause
Probably not.
Okay.
Wow,
That was line busy.
You the man, Muggs. I don't care if you
Man.
whatever how you did it. You my dog. I don't care.
Immortalized.
He is immortal. He is immortal. What is immortal?
Immortal. He do not bleed.
Yeah, I tried to call back out. I'm not sure why it's saying it's busy, man. It works fine with me. What the heck is wrong with this?
He still got the dollar signs down there. I don't know. I'm just leaving it alone, Muggs. I love you, big dog. You the man.
Yo, Mug, that was for real, Mugs?
For
Oh
real.
my God.
Oh,
He
my
says for real.
goodness.
Yo,
For real.
For real.
400 of them.
I'm about to Muggs. What, you got a Facebook?
hey,
'Cause I need
Hey,
to-
Muggs,
I need you need to
when
talk,
we-
'cause I need
when
to get
we
you a
make-
shirt. I need to get a shirt.
yeah, when we get these
hat,
late night hype
football,
shirts,
Can we get him something?
when we
Damn
get
it.
these late night hype shirts, it's on. Let me
He
y'all
got to be the first person.
carry this
to
real
put
quick. Let me
that shirt
figure out.
on.
Y'all carry this. I'm trying to figure out this call in real quick.
Man, this
Give me one
show
second.
is brought to you by Muggs.
I lost stupid as hell. He said this show is brought to you and powered by Muggs Maxwell.
We need to start putting sponsor clips on the side.
Oh
This
my
show is
God!
sponsored
He
by
smacked the shit out of me
Muggs.
with that
Come
donation.
on.
He
I
smacked
just like to hear his opinions.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
I
they
don't,
say he
I
hit
don't know
us
where
with
you
the
come back from
stimulus-
that one. I'm still that's the stimulus package.
The stimulus package. He's like, man, look, let me break them guys off with the 400. 400. My granddaddy say he don't say 400. 400.
400.
400. Man, look, he took over the show. We don't have to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
don't
the
know. Yeah,
Marcus
we ain't
Lawrence.
even talking about Cowboys no more.
Yeah, y'all keep going. I'm trying to
I'm trying to
this,
get back on
this
track.
phone real quick.
Look, how can
get
you
that
get
phone line
back
together.
on track?
How do you get back on that? But anyway,
I was watching
You the
this
man,
guy
Muggs.
named
Wow.
I forgot his name, Mr. Beasley or something like that.
mm-hmm.
And he's one of those super YouTubers. He just go around donating like 10 grand to people. Y'all type that
Wow.
in, Mr. Beasley. He just go around, oh, who's live? Let me just donate 10 grand. Let me donate 1,000. Let me donate $2,000. That dude crazy. So Muggs one of those guys.
Wow. Shout out to you, big dog.
Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, so there's nothing else we can talk about. But
I mean,
Muggs,
Hold
man,
it down.
you
Hold
got
it down.
all in.
Hold it down. I'm trying to get the call. Hold it.
I mean,
That threw me off.
Wow.
Groundbreaking.
wow, just wow. That's just
Yes,
There it
indeed.
is.
Donations for
donation.
Oh my God.
I don't care if y'all like, man, you need to stop all that yelling. You getting a whole lot of yells with that. I don't give a hell. Muggs is the man. Whenever he comes in the feed, we all show you respect.
Oh hell, Muggs.
Like, there go Muggs. What's up, dog?
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I
That's
think I
the
figured
Don.
it out.
I mean, Ron was
What's
the
that?
Don, but
The
you the
line,
Don. You the
Don.
Godfather.
the line
Oh.
should be working now, y'all.
You the Godfather. Just so
Right.
you know, Muggs. Let's talk this cowboy talk. But I'm gonna just say you the Godfather.
Yo.
So that's all I got to say to you, big dog. You the Godfather.
Shout out to you, Ru. Shout out to you, Q.
And I'm gonna
And
holler at
Randy
you.
Stitz.
We need to
Really
get you some
appreciate you.
stuff.
Nah, real shit.
We need to get him some
When
shit for real.
when I get the shirt, you are going to be
'Cause
the first one.
because I talked to my dude with the design. When we get this fucking shirt, he getting one special delivered, hat, whatever.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We got a call.
Yeah,
Call
let's see.
from
Angel.
Angel. Y'all got
Yeah, I know
that?
it's Angel.
press 1.
All right.
Angel, you in the building?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Can y'all hear him?
Now or forever
Yeah,
hold
I
your
hear you.
peace. I'm not able to hear
I
Angel.
I can't hear Angel.
Shout out to
Big
Randy
Game.
though for making the donation to help grow the nation.
Oh.
$5 holla.
One second,
Yeah.
Angel. One second, Angel. So unfortunately for Law and Big Game, the way it's plugged in, they will not be able to hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Go
So
ahead.
I'll
Be
just
Now-
kinda ask
go,
you
go,
they-
ahead. Go ahead and be selfish.
They can hear you on the YouTube, but they ain't gonna be able to hear you right here. But go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead,
I
brother.
just kind of had like
Gambino.
some comments,
Selfish
man.
Gambino.
Kind of just like
Childish
things I've been thinking about.
Childish, I'm saying selfish.
One thing just kind of got out the way. I didn't know whether or not they're going to be able to
What's
get
the
Travis
question? I'm
Frederick's
trying to
money
listen to
back.
it.
I've been hearing like they're probably going to give him his money.
Who's that?
Travis Frederick.
Okay, he's talking about getting that money from Travis Frederick.
Mm.
You're talking about the set. So if Travis Frederick files this paper, which we're hearing they're going to file after June 1st, so that means we'll get $7 million on the cap.
Oh, okay.
Right, they're just getting
Well,
like
that'll be
900-something thousand.
good,
I thought they
a lot of
spread it
people,
out. They
don't
end
wanna
up
run
getting
the cap
$10 million
up, 'cause
by
they're thinking, like, well, we
2023
still
or
gotta
something
sign our
like that.
draft
Does that
picks,
happen?
but you're getting that
1
$7
second,
million. Yeah, I'm not. Hopefully we can kind of use that. Because I was just thinking, with that money and the Crawford money, you can afford to kind of overspend for at least one free agent. I mean, we don't have too many guys on our roster in which we're really overspending for. I mean, you can probably consider Zeke or DeMarcus, but they're arguably top 5 at their position. And, you look at top 5 any position, you're overpaying for guys.
Right. Well, you know how we do, though. We're cheap with the money.
Yeah.
I really think they should use it to go get someone, but
I mean, but like if you remember, like back in 2013 when we had to cut DeMarcus Ware because we had restructured his contract to the point that, when he originally signed his contract, he was worth like $13 million a year, and then we restructured to the point that he was worth like $20 million, and then we was all bitching and crying like, well, we got to cut DeMarcus because he's not producing 17 sacks, he's only producing 11, and hell, we love an 11 sack guy, nowadays, and we'll probably pay him $20 million. Hence DeMarcus Lawrence. So like, with all the restructuring and when we had to like, I think, ultimately when Jerry said things like you have to eventually cut a guy like DeMarcus Ware, it wasn't because he wasn't capable. It was just because, we look at it like, when you buy a house, you're not gonna pay Mercedes price for a Toyota.
Think about that.
Yep.
Or you're not gonna pay Bugatti price for a Mercedes.
yeah.
And that's how we do, unfortunately. And that's ultimately caused DeMarcus Ware. As far as what's going on with Dak, I've been kind of on like it's just a roller coaster as far as this contract's concerned. Mentally, but ultimately I can see all sides of it. My biggest thing I kind of understand is like ultimately what's going on is business.
Yeah.
Dak isn't trying to sign a contract in which 5 years from now, 6 years from now, he's going to be 10 million, 12 million under a guy like Sam Darnold.
Yeah, there's actually movement apparently on that, and we're actually I'm gonna segue into that right quick. Thank you for calling in, though, Angel. I appreciate it.
And also just one quick thing. But I do see Dak as like a top, like probably top 6, top 7 quarterback in the league. Honestly, I don't see too many guys ahead of him, and I honestly see us as a team that when you talk about a quarterback, coaching, and a team around us, I think the Chiefs, Ravens. They're probably about the only teams that like kind of have us in those components. I'll probably throw the Seahawks in, maybe the Packers.
Well, we better plug some holes up. We still got some holes to figure out.
I mean, but yeah, I know we have plugs, and I'm not being overly optimistic Cowboys fan, but when I look at other teams, they have holes too.
True.
You know what I mean? And so I don't want to just be down in the dumps because of what we have going on. We got to remember, like Jason Garrett, like drove this shit to the ground.
Absolutely.
And so, like, I feel like McCarthy's going to bring in just more reasonable play calling, and it's going to help our personnel. Because again, I feel like Dak is top. I mean, there's not too many quarterbacks better than him. Like, you probably think Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson is just a little more dynamic, but Dak has him with the throwing.
Dak is up there, brother. Dak is up there. I'm gonna have to hit you with the Apollo and yank you right now.
All right, man. Well, get back on the live feed and just get the comment in.
Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for calling in, brother.
All right, man. All right.
Peace.
All right. What'd he say? Because I couldn't hear
what he said. Yeah, I heard the last bit I went on the station.
I see you I seen you were in there on the Dak conversation. He kind of touched on Travis Frederick doing something with that money. We kind of touched on that as well. Unfortunately, y'all, I'm gonna have to put the call on hold here because what I don't want to do is I don't want to have guys on the line and my guys can't hear them. So I'm going to mess with that for the next episode for you guys where we all can plug in, because I'm used to doing it on my show where I can hear it and there's no problem, but I need you guys to hear it too. So without ado, apologize to you guys out there, Cowboys Nation, but we're going to put the call line on hold. I don't want to have call-ins and my two guys can't hear. That's just not good radio.
Look at that. Look at you showing that love and showing that you still care for us out there. I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you, dog. See how you always looking out for us? I appreciate
good stuff,
you.
man. It's good stuff.
I appreciate you.
Or we can figure out how this Zoom thing work and see if they can call in through Zoom, and maybe we can work something out like that. I'm gonna check out with Zoom.
Yeah, we're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna get it fixed for you guys and make sure everybody can hear. But we got a $5 holler. It's not $400 holler.
Hey, any kind of holler.
And he would take that $5.
Any kind of holler. Hey, $5 holler.
DK2 Florida.
$5 footlongs, man.
He says, with Frederick retiring, it's time to bring back Tom Rafferty. Dang it.
How many people really know who Tom Rafferty was?
That's
he
going
was
back.
64. He was a beast. Number
back,
64,
man.
Tom Rafferty, beast. Tell me if I'm right on that one.
For who? In the chat?
Dallas. Yeah. He said bring back Tom Rafferty.
Angel says, tell him about my opinion on restructuring contracts. Were you talking about how we do restructure contracts in a good way? Because right now it kind of bit us in the ass with this Travis Frederick thing.
Yeah, you get some money on the front, like $930,000, close to $1 million, but then you lose some and then you get some back, something like that.
But they haven't been doing a lot of restructuring contracts as of late. And like I said, they have. If we're talking about the cap, they have quote unquote managed it the right way. And even now, they're still not trying to spend no money. What they got, $21 million right now left. So
before
they still have
all
money.
Those other contracts,
right? Yeah,
I think you can sign
21 mil.
But I don't think
you can sign all of your rookies for like $5 or $6 mil. You can sign all.
That's
of
what
your
they said. That's what they were talking about using that money from Travis Frederick.
Well, I personally, if I'm not mistaken, and usually Stevie's good at this, when the cap is accounted for, that money is already gone. So when we're looking at a number, we're looking at that number with the rookie salary cap already chopped off. If I'm not mistaken.
So
but here's the thing. No, yes, we got money. That's not an issue. But here's the thing. Whatever you see right now is not the true cap, because some of these deals have not hit yet. You know what I mean?
True.
Some of them haven't hit yet. So I don't know if we're going to get an accurate number. Bottom line is we got enough money to improve the team, but we know how we spend. And then think about it. When we sign Dak Prescott, that's going to shoot up most likely, because you have, I believe, $33 or $31 million tied to the cap right now.
Right. That's just sitting there dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we sign him and we get it down, let's just say we take it down to his first year 2020 salary cap to what, $15 million. That's $15 million you're getting.
Yeah.
So I think they can operate in that manner as well.
I think we've been talking. Go ahead.
No, we're just gonna get in the chat. Go ahead. I'm just looking in the chat here.
Oh, well, go ahead. Look. Well, I was just gonna say, that's where we've been talking about still getting Griffin. I mean, I have been 100% with you about Griffin. I've been on the Griffin train for a few weeks now, and I still think you should still go out and get him. And like you said, they still have the money to be able to do that. Like, it's not going to kill them if they get a Poe and then still go get a Griffin. They can do it. It's you had Byron Jones that possibly was going to get a lot of money. Okay. They could have possibly still paid Randall Cobb. So there's money for them to use.
So,
and Crawford is going to take a pay cut. Aren't they going to get some money in relief for that too?
Yeah, a little bit. If they
why are they waiting for the pay cut?
So Angel,
that's the number one question.
Well, Angel was talking about for the restructures. He was saying, remember we cut Ware because we didn't want to pay $20 million. The only reason he was that much is because we restructured the contract. That's true. And we wanted to re-sign Tony Romo.
But I'm saying Dallas was in the past was bad with the restructuring of the contracts. Because remember when Dallas had them contracts back in the day? First thing they would do is when they signed a big name, within a year or two, they were restructuring that contract and backloading. And then it would come bite them like 3 or 4 years later. But I don't think they're taking that method right now.
Yeah.
I think that even if you do take that method right now, we do know that collectively speaking, the salary cap is going to increase anywhere from 20 to 25%.
Exactly.
And then when this new collective bargain agreement rolls around and show his face, I think we're going to have even more money. So if it's ever a time to restructure, and how big is this window, you see, to win the Super Bowl or get to the playoff, to play competitive football? How big is this window? Is it a patio size? Or is it one of those little small windows
let me address that,
like in
Law.
the kitchen?
Let me address
look in the kitchen, you see that little bitty window? Is it that size?
Let me address that. I used to believe in that. I no longer believe in that crap. Here's why.
What?
Because the window.
The window.
This is our window to. You know how long we've been saying the window? Since 2007. I am tired of talking about a window. Unless they got some long type of window, there is no such thing as a window. It's a such thing as improving your team year in and year out, doing what you have to do to improve your team, and then seeing what happens from there.
Right.
Because we've seen 4-12 teams turn it around and go to the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl. We've seen mediocre teams hire a new coach and jump into the stratosphere and go to the championship game or the Super Bowl. It's about how bad do you want to improve. And honestly,
so what you saying is like,
do we want to improve really that bad?
That's my question.
Do we really want to improve? Then we keep on effing around.
Look what the 49ers did. They went out and said, "Okay, we needed help." Although
Philly did it too.
Richard Sherman did. Philly did it too. Yeah,
Philly,
but
Rams.
Philly did some things. Yeah,
they went out and got aggressive. And
think about, I mean, every team that's usually won a Super Bowl that came out of nowhere, they made them right draft picks, but they went and got those right free agents to take them over the hump.
So what y'all saying is to the window,
to the wall. The sweat up on my.
I got you.
That sweat up on my.
All these, bro.
All these men.
All.
There you go.
No, but for real, man, it's. And you know, it's frustrating as Cowboys fans because they won't just
really
flat out
win.
Tell us, like, just be real with me. Like, what is your reasoning for being so cheap? And don't say it's about paying your own players. I'm tired of hearing that crap because
so you try to tell me it's Stephen Jones' issue then? Because
right
you know
now,
Jerry,
y'all know my theory,
Jared
man.
spent the hell out
Universe,
of
y'all know
Stephen
my
ain't.
theory on the Stephen Jones thing. It's a gift and a curse, man. It's a gift because he got us out the crap with his daddy, but it's a curse because he will not be aggressive enough consistently. I'm not asking you to spend $200 million every year. I'm not asking you to trade your first round pick every year. I'm just asking you to show that you actually want to try to win the damn Super Bowl when you have a chance and not be complacent. We have seen that far too long the last half decade. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Go ahead.
That's. I mean, you got me thinking. I mean, I really believe you with the gift and the curse with Stephen Jones. He frustrates you because one part of you is like, yeah, that's good that they just don't go out there and go nutso anymore and spending all the kind of crazy money and doing all that. But then it's like, just like you said, do the Cowboys really want to win? I mean, it sounds all good when they're talking to the media and they talk. But I know Jerry does. I know Jerry has the passion, but it's almost like, just like you said, Skywalker, you have it in front of your face. There's money to spend. You got good players that are out there that can make a difference for the team. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, we're good and we got Randy Gregory. Oh, we got Tyrone Crawford. We're okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Too many times you hear Cowboys, they rely on the unknown. Remember when they got Jalen Smith and they drafted him? They're like, he going to be good. Now, he did turn up, but they were already trajecting him, and then they wouldn't draft any other linebackers putting all the eggs into Jalen Smith. You get what I'm saying? Like, they'll do certain things to where we feel good about this, so we're not going to upgrade that. And then it's just like, okay, well, what happens when that injury comes? Then they're like, oh, dang.
They're complacent. They get complacent, y'all. Real quick on the cap, my guy Cowboys Network says Forbath, Clinton Dix, Goodwin, and Thomas deals. The details haven't been released yet, so they currently have $21 million in cap space, but it does not include those deals. So we kind of got to give ourselves some leeway here on the cap.
I know them deals weren't crazy though.
No, not at all. Jamie and Kyle, he says, I love Philly. I love the Philly owner. He's aggressive. First of all, Jamie, I love you, brother, but we don't love anything Philly.
We got no love for Philly,
no.
Jamie. You know that. Don't
Come
do
on,
that.
man.
Now we give him his respect now.
Now, he said he's aggressive.
Howie Roseman, right?
Howie Roseman, if he's aggressive, he wants to win.
We
Jerry's
give
not
him
the guy.
respect for the aggressiveness. We don't like no Philly.
Yeah, we don't love no Philly. Ryan said, Humford, your guy, right? Humpert?
Yeah.
He said they go shopping at the 99-cent thrift store all the time, and this is why we're waiting 24 years for a Super Bowl. Yep. Yeah.
I want me some glory hole.
There go my man. Church is in session. Tyron Church with the $2 holla.
Kyle, just call on Tyron. What's up, dog?
Tyron. He says Cowboys got interested in Panthers wide receivers Curtis Samuel. You know what, Tyrone? I'm gonna stop doubting you because you dropped that bomb on us with McCoy.
Hey, but Curtis, what I say?
Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. Tyrone be knowing his shit.
He dropped
Tyrone
that.
He be throwing some stuff out there. You be like, damn, I didn't think about that.
What do you think about Curtis Samuel, Law? I don't know.
Him and Ezekiel Elliott played together, right?
Yeah, fast boy. But what would they make a trade for him? Is that what he's saying?
What's his news?
Because he's only.
I did see the rumors that
he's young.
Very young, and
he's only
been in the league 2 years, haven't he?
He's been improving too.
And one thing that new coaches like to do is like, hey,
he's a liar.
One of our guys, so
yeah, he's a liar. He said Cam Newton, he's a liar. So we already know he's a liar.
Yeah, Cam Newton's gone. Where we think he's going?
Oh, Cam.
Why wouldn't Belichick pick up Cam?
I was thinking Chargers too.
Belichick got some stuff going.
Think about the Chargers, y'all, for 1 second. They going into a new stadium. They need a name.
They need tickets.
They need
tickets.
Sell tickets.
They
need a quarterback.
He's still gonna sell tickets for you.
Scam Newton. Oh, I'm at my bad.
Oh, damn. Oh, come on, man.
I just didn't like the way he did Mississippi State, man. You know, he
said,
saying,
"Scam Newton."
Old Scam Newton, man. I still mad at it, man. Hey, I'm gonna go to Mississippi State. It was really Cecil, his dad, I believe. You know, kind of botched that deal. Got the $50,000.
Was it 50? Yeah, I know he was getting
more than 50, but it was something like that.
Martin Hitchens says, "What does Dak want? You guys hear anything?" The latest on Dak is the 4 years, 5 years. It sounds like the guarantees and the
anything before that TV deal, right? Or a little bit after the TV contract.
Yeah, he wants. So what he's saying is they're fighting over the 4 year, 5 year because around 2023, if I'm not mistaken, or 2022, the TV deals kick in and the cap is going to go up substantially. So Dak
can be underpaid.
Yeah, so Dak wants to get out of that.
Right. So he can be underpaid within 2 or 3 years, and they want him. They're talking about, we'll give you that money, but you need to sign longer.
And Dallas is like, no. We don't want you to hit free agency when that happens because we know what that's going to cost.
Because it's going to cost more money, so we don't want to do that. So that's what the fight is.
Tyrone Church with another $2 holla. He says he is on the trade block talking about Curtis Samuel. Hey, I mean,
I would look into that.
Absolutely. This team doesn't make
talking.
Kind of, I don't know if they're talking, but this team doesn't make those kind of trades, but it doesn't hurt.
Give them Jameis,
that's what the sad part. That's what the sad part is.
Yeah.
The sad part about it is how we know how they are. Like, remember how when we did our show last week, we were talking about, we thought all these names and all this stuff, but in reality, we know what's really going to happen. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, keep it real. When they signed Gerald McCoy, that stunned me.
So here's the thing, though.
When they got Robert Quinn for a trade last year, that stunned me. When they spent the first round draft pick, that stunned.
When they sent that one over to get Cooper. But here's the thing about trading for Curtis Samuel is that this draft is full of guys that I won't say full, but
like him.
It has guys like him. Right. You know, so it's like, okay, we'll call you Panthers and see what you want, but if it's going to cost more than the fourth round pick, I doubt we're going to do it because they can probably get a guy in the third or fourth round that can be like Curtis Samuel. So, and Dallas is stingy with their picks.
And it can be two things.
They hold on to them motherfuckers like a kid with a brand new toy.
It's mine.
That's mine. Don't know.
Precious.
Get off my toy.
Yeah.
Angel says Cobb.
My thing is,
go ahead, buddy.
No, I was going to say with the trade situation, it could be a draft day trade if the guy that they really wanted as far as that type of skill set, they not able to get him, then they can do that. Or it can be after the draft. If Curtis Samuel is still available, then they can say, okay, well, here you go. You know, that's just my thought.
Yeah, they do a lot of that kind of shopping after the draft, cuts. Somebody's on the trade block. Angel said Cobb, Quinn, and McCoy, he believes is the new wave in free agency. Is it new, though, Angel? Quinn was a trade, so can't count him in. Cobb was very surprising, but it was cheap. So once you've seen the contract, it's like, okay, that's right up Dallas Alley.
Right.
McCoy.
1 year, $5 million. Mm-hmm.
Right. McCoy, I think McCoy was a really solid quality signing because it wasn't over the top cheap, but it wasn't, and you didn't spend a lot of money either. So it was like it hit, in my opinion, you hit the nail on the head with McCoy. You just did 3 years. You got him at a solid price, and you could probably get out of it in a year or two if you really, really want to. So I think the McCoy deal was maybe one of their best deals that they've done in a while in free agency.
Let me say this then, Cowboys nations over here. Could it be that this right here is the reason why we kind of like snake bitten? The Joey Galloway trade, the other guy, the Roy Williams, and then you add in the fact that you had the situation with the Brandon Carr and the what's the guy that threw the girl on a bed of guns? What was his name?
Greg Hardy.
So all of those things, is that the reason why we shy away? That's
the reason why Steven shies away.
Yes,
shies away.
Think about that damn Brandon Carr deal.
He snatched it.
Ever since that happened, we ain't signed nobody big money since Brandon Carr.
But was Brandon Carr that bad?
No, I don't think it's Brandon.
It wasn't Brandon Carr.
He's just saying Brandon's the last one. It was everyone before him. We talked about this a lot, Universe, right? Let's go down the list, y'all. Miles Austin.
Go down memory lane.
Miles Austin, Ken Hamlin, Roy Williams, Joey Galloway. Not Felix Jones.
Ken Hamlin was good for a cup of coffee.
Oh, they extended Ken Hamlin a ridiculous contract. A ridiculous contract.
They even franchised him.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous contract.
I can't remember that. They did.
Yeah.
They franchised
after
him.
He went to Pro Bowl.
I had to go back.
Marion Barber, Jay Ratliff. Like, there were so many terrible contracts that Jerry Jones was handing out that Steven said, come here, Pops.
He sat there from afar and said, you going crazy.
Wallet. The hell are you doing signing?
You need to get your damn act together.
That's what he told him. He said, Dad,
I don't like your attitude.
I don't like your attitude with these goddamn contracts. Come on over here. So what Steven did, and this was during a time where we were in cap hell because of all these crazy contracts. We had the $10 million penalty during that lockout, holdout crap. So we were just in. And Jerry does not know how to manipulate the cap. He does not know how to work the cap. It's been a problem since we've had a salary cap. Hence why we can't do shit during the salary cap era. So Steven Jones, the money man, always been a money man, comes in and he gets us up out of it. The problem is, as we're praising this guy for getting us up out of it, he figured this is the best way.
Now he's being scary.
Yeah, he figured this is the best way because we got up out this hole. However, we up out the hole, but can we start building? Can we move forward? Are we just happy to be about the hole?
Is it scary or does he not really want to win?
My thing is, and this ties into like the COVID-19. Just because you got gloves on don't mean that your hands are clean. You see, just because you wearing gloves doesn't mean that you're immune to it. Just because you're playing it safe, if you guys can follow what I'm saying, is doesn't mean that you're going to get it the right way as it relates to Super Bowl or playoff wins and these sorts of things. I think that you have to have a little element of risk, and by Steven Jones being scared to pull the trigger, how much credit or uncredit do you give Will McClay then?
For the contracts, nothing.
For these contracts, for these decisions.
Will McClay, in my opinion, doesn't have a single I don't think he has a single goddamn thing to do with the contracts.
No, he don't got nothing to do with the money.
I think
evaluation.
He don't see the money.
I think Will goes to Steven and Jerry and whoever the hell else and says, this is the type of player you guys said we're looking at athletically, IQ wise, all that. This is the type of guy. Do with that as you may. So what they do is they go and call an agent or call around the league, see what he wants. The money doesn't fit. Will McClay has to come back with another name or a couple names. So I don't believe Will McClay is the money man.
He ain't touching.
And we talked about that when we compared him and Howie Roseman. I was telling some guy the difference between him and Howie is Howie is the money man. Howie is money ball. He's the money ball. He knows how to manipulate the cap. I'm not saying Will doesn't. That's just not Will's job.
He ain't touching it though.
Yeah,
be like, hey, I love you with them picks, but nah, you ain't touching this money, boy. I go and close this door so we can go ahead and try to make these deals.
I trust Will giving us a list of players to go after. I do. I don't know that I trust Steven to he's
the one that's turned it down because the first thing that's coming out of his mouth is it going to work financially?
Yeah.
Is it going to work financially? We're not overpaying for this good player. We're not overpaying for regular players.
Yeah,
No
I get
He always come out his damn mouth. We're not overplaying for a regular player.
Well, Angel said we pay guys for their past production, and we don't know how to forecast how the player's skill will not match the contract down the road. I think back in the day we did that. I don't think they're making bad contracts now.
I think we got better contracts, and I think we got a better evaluation of talent too, as far as the coaching now. I think we have that too. I think we have a lot better evaluation of the talent, but it comes down to Steven saying, does he want to write the check, dog? And I mean, that's where we're sitting at right now. We don't know what's going on with Poe. We don't know if it could be money. We don't know. And then you talked about Snacks. I put my boy Jamie sent a message where he was talking about Snacks, where he was saying it'd been nice for him to get a call.
Shout out to Tyrone Church
with another
$5.
Oh,
$5. He says trade a fourth for Samuel because he's still on a rookie contract. If I can get Samuel for a fourth, I would absolutely probably do that.
But here's the thing. Well, the things that we talk about, I don't go too far into it because I think, how's Dallas going to do it? And just like you said, Skywalker, Dallas does not typically trade a fourth-round pick for a Curtis Samuel. Like, we don't see Dallas do that. We don't see Dallas make them moves. They don't make the moves. And even with us getting Gerald McCoy, isn't that like a regular move? We don't make a splashy move. The splashy move was only move splashy that I seen under Stephen Jones was Amari Cooper.
It's so funny you say about Gerald McCoy, Law. Let me know if this is right. The Gerald McCoy move, like you said, it's regular. It was a necessity. Like so I can't even be like, oh, great job. It's like, duh.
You had to replace him because you lost Malik Collins. So it wasn't like you did something great in free agency. It was another glaring hole that you had to fill because you had nobody there.
Definitely. And then if he was asked for more money,
he probably wouldn't be here. If he wanted $8 or $9 million, he wouldn't be here.
So who would they be selling? They be selling in that spot. Daniel Wise.
They cut him.
They wouldn't have cut him then. They probably would have kept him and Antoine Woods.
Antoine Woods. Is Antoine Woods still on the team?
I don't know what's up with Antoine Woods. Nation, what's going on? Did he get tendered?
Somebody, Jamie or Stevie, let us know because he's an exclusive. People have been telling me that he's an exclusive rights free agent.
Yeah.
So the only way they wouldn't get him is revoking those rights. Why would they revoke the rights when they need depth?
True. Yeah, we need those.
That wouldn't make sense to me when you don't have a true one tech on the team right now. Right?
Y'all
besides Antoine, you don't there's no true one tech on the team right now.
No, it's supposed to be Dontari Poe. So
that's what we're waiting on. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? It's just like you did that. You just smacked me in the head with that, Skywalker. I wasn't thinking about it, but it just made me rethink about it.
What?
With the Gerald McCoy thing, we're jumping up and down that we got to sign it where we're more excited, but all it did was fill a hole. It's not like we kept Antoine Collins and then added Gerald McCoy. Right? You get what I'm saying? It's not like you're adding players to an already good squad. You're replacing the gap you lost.
Thank you, Josh.
We did pick up a guy named Hamilton. I forgot his first name. This all
Hamilton. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Tyrone, another $2. He said Antoine's not on the team right now, and I got my guy at Cowboys Network said Antoine Woods is yet to be tendered per Rob Phillips. And then someone else in the chat, I don't want to miss you, but he said, Lunatic said Woods can be tendered till mid-April. So my guess is that his exclusive, he's an exclusive rights free agent, so he can't go anywhere. Right. But it sounds like, according to them, we have until April to decide that if we're going to tender him or not.
Because I know he's been pushing it on social media.
17th.
Social media, he's been pushing it.
Another $2 holler from Tyrone. He said they got to the 17th to tender Woods. So,
man,
okay.
To me, it's just not making sense because, like I said, they would have to revoke his rights. Why would they do that when you still need depth?
True.
I think they actually bring him back.
Unless they say you get the Poe, and then they say, well, we got Tyrone Crawford now. We don't need unless they keep because remember, Tyrone Crawford made his money. Well, but still, Tyrone Crawford made his money at the 3. That's where he got his big money.
Yeah, old Crawford.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. That year he had a pretty damn good year inside and got paid, and now we're all kind of pissy at him.
5 sacks and he looked real good. Tyrone Crawford is not a bad player, but like I said, the thing about Tyrone Crawford is this with me. When Brandon Carr was making $10 million and he just wasn't producing. I was mad at Brandon Carr. When Brandon Carr took the pay cut to $5 million, I like Brandon Carr. But Crawford, you at $9 million? I don't like you right now. You go to $4 or $5 million? I like you.
It's the expectations part of it, yeah. So that money, you better play up to that expectation.
Shout out to
$9 million?
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. All you super chatters, I appreciate it. And all you guys like Rue and Jamie, Lunatic, Joshua, Karen, all you guys are killing it right now. Martin, Cowboys Network. I'm just going up and down here. Greg, Stu was in the building too. You guys are killing it right now. Rocking with us on this late night hype.
Late night hype. The quarantine. Yeah. The quarantine hype.
Thank you, Greg. There was one in here I wanted to see. Oh, Reddy said he just saw the Woods and Frederick fight from a couple years ago. That's what got Woods on the map. Is remember when he was coming at Travis Frederick?
Right. I actually interviewed him right before that fight.
Oh, so you told him to go out there and do that.
But do you really count that fight as a good fight for Woods now that you know what happened?
No, because that's what I try to tell people. Yeah. I think Travis was just ailing.
Yeah.
I didn't say I started it, but I will say that I was hyped because that's when Woods had just came on the team and nobody had knew about him, and I just asked him, what he like to eat. Because he looked like a dude. He looked like he eat barbecue chicken. That's where I got barbecue Woods.
Lunatic said we got to give you the props for that.
So you coined the phrase, Antoine barbecue Woods.
I will say that I did coin
Tyrone,
barbecue Woods.
Tyrone with another $2 says that's why they might get snacks because of rotation. I've been getting this. I don't know if you guys been getting this, Law and Big Game. A lot of people been asking me, hey, we don't have, but we might get Poe, but do we still go after snacks? I just don't see that, but what do you think?
That's not going to happen. Dallas ain't going to get too big, but that's California dreaming.
Record
smoking
breaking.
Smoking that good.
Yeah, you say that's what you think, Law?
It's either one or the other, man. And
right.
Like I said,
I
like younger. Yeah,
I know, but you know what you just said to me, Law, when you was talking about snacks, and I think that's what really excited me about snacks is when you were talking about the lateral movement on the line of scrimmage.
Right.
He is still nasty with that. I mean, even when you watched him at Detroit, how he can hold the point of attack with two people and still run down that line of scrimmage and make tackles. He's a beast, and I think that's why I want him more.
Hey,
what
smash that A gap.
You got to see this one. Tyrone is on fire today. Tyrone with another $2. But listen, he said Covington outplayed Woods last year, but in the first three letters of Covington, he put COV.
Code typing over there, and with the donation to help grow the nation over there.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
COVID.
I see you. I peeped that, Tyrone. I peeped that. He said he outplayed Woods last year. Woods didn't have a bad year.
Yeah. Well, Woods had a little bit of injury too, and then he had the marijuana issue.
Yeah.
But we don't have to worry about that now. But I don't know if Covington comes back, especially if they get Poe. I don't think they re-sign a Covington, but we'll see.
Bring back Woods, man. I mean,
just bring him back. I mean, he's screaming Dallas. He loves Dallas. He screams Dallas.
You need depth. Bring him back.
And Twaka got an attitude. I like Twaka's little attitude. And remember when he came back in that game when he was hurting after he got in trouble with the weed, he came back. I think it was the Rams game.
Game.
He was paying his ass off. He was like, I need that contract. I don't need y'all holding that marijuana against me. I need that contract, man.
Spitfire. I'm shooting some Spitfire on some random ones out here. Joshua says, if Lamb falls to 17, do you take him? I'm on that. If not him, then Delpit. Law. Lamb, Delpit, what you thinking? Right now, as we stand in free agency.
Everybody know that I love defense. So I as much as CD Lamb as everybody love him, give me defense. Give me defense. I want to be able to have the ability to stop whatever the offense is trying to do. So give me defense.
Defense. We had Connor live say on the other day. He said, man, he'll take one of those receivers. Let's drop 40 burgers.
Chop 40 burgers, be looking at the sideline like, getting stopped the other team. I saw Brad Johnson win a Super Bowl, Trent Dilfer, Eli Manning win 2, Joe Flacco win a Super Bowl. Dare I say a Russell Wilson, and also what's this other guy named
Ben Roethlisberger.
2 Super Bowls. Both of his Super Bowl, he didn't put up spectacular numbers, but the defense. Aaron Rodgers, when he won the Super Bowl, his defense was very, flying out to the ball, taking turnovers and takeaways, and that was the only year he got him one Super Bowl. I just think
KC's
that the
defense won the last Super
Mark-
Bowl. New England won the Super Bowl's defense won the Super Bowl before that by shutting the Rams offense down.
Right.
Tom Brady played like crap.
And for anybody to say, whoa, wait a minute. What about this guy, Pat Mahomes? He lit up the scoreboard. Man,
he ain't light up the scoreboard in the Super Bowl.
That Williams gonna get
barely.
No credit. Yeah, barely. And Williams get no credit for running the ball. And on top of that, the interceptions and Chris Jones, they don't get any props at all. But I digress.
Yeah, man. Somebody was talking about Snacks because here's the thing. Snacks went on social media and was like, hey, we didn't talk to him and yada, yada, yada. But in my opinion, I think that was more so to save face. I think Dallas likely did reach out and the numbers ain't work. And he didn't want to look like he got rejected because it's not a good look. But I'm almost positive that they reached out or at least did homework on all those big guys. Sue, Snacks, Poe. Who else is out there right now?
As you talking about, far as the
big boys,
defensive tackles.
Yeah. Pennell. Is it Pennell or Pennell?
He gone.
Right, but I mean, before he was gone, I believe they was looking into all those guys. But I have it on good authority. They did reach out to his folks, so that could just be, in my opinion, Snacks just saying, listen, I'm not trying to look stupid out here. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it look like Dallas didn't want me.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, that could also be something that can stir up something because you, just like Law has said, people use Dallas as a barometer to get
he made a
contracts.
video about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth. They really do. They will use the Cowboys as a bargaining chip to get more money.
But this is the opposite because he's saying I ain't talked to him. So that's the opposite. The chat is booming about Wood. It says Wood knows how to get through that stuff, how to get through and stuff to run. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about Antoine
as a backup.
I'm not with him as a.
He couldn't stop it. He couldn't stop their run in the playoff game.
Yeah, he tore his thing.
I'm talking about the LA Rams.
Jamie makes
regardless.
You're right.
Regardless, we get to that moment, man. We're gonna need some help. I think that Woods is a great rotational guy.
Don't be surprised. Jamie brought up a name. Don't be surprised. Mike Daniels. He played under him.
We mentioned him the other day.
Yeah.
It could happen.
It wouldn't shock me.
It would definitely wouldn't shock me because your boy McCarthy. I know Joe Philbin had anything to do with it, but Joe Philbin's around there. I mean, just guys he's kind of comfortable with. He knows linebacker coach, right? Scott, whatever.
I can't get his last name either. But yeah, I can see that one. I can absolutely see that one because we still need depth. But again, I think it's going to hinge on what we do opposite of McCoy right now. What are we doing? Is it going to be Poe? Even if you get Poe, I would bring in Daniels too.
Why not? That's not hurting. That's not hurting because if you bring a Daniels, then you see Woods is gone.
Right. Which I mean, am I wrong? Is this wrong?
You're not crying about that.
Is this wrong to say Daniels is better? I mean, I didn't watch him last year. Okay.
He's not the Daniels that he was, but I would still take that Daniels over a Woods.
Okay.
I just would.
All right. I thought so too, man. All right, man. It's about to be midnight. This was perfect timing.
Perfect timing. You knew what to do. You knew what to do.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and plug where they can find you at and stuff. Law, spell it out.
Yes, L.A.
And all them damn nations.
Nation, man, everywhere, man. When you turn on the TV, you probably see me. You just type in LAW Nation on Google, and you'll see my lovely face. You see, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Black Planet, Twitch, Twitter,
Farmers
Periscope. Cram.com. Who's it? Cram. That's my guy right there. I watch all of his shows, man. Tony Baker. Shout out to him, man. Cowboy Nation, I cannot stress this out enough. Y'all continue to support this thing, and we look back at it and we will say, man, this is where we start.
Mm-hmm.
This is the floor of it. And we this good at the flow. Like my granddad said, not the floor, but the flow. We this good at the flow. And you can only imagine people who have aspirations as it relates to Muggs. What was his complete name, Big Game James?
Muggs Maxwell?
Maxwell.
He's got the great name, Muggs Maxwell.
Yeah, Toby.
Maxwell.
He got signed, Toby.
$100
We
legendary.
need to put Muggs 400.
Yeah, I was gonna get into the chats.
Muggs,
I'm gonna go back through it and take a picture of that.
Yeah,
Muggs 400 Maxwell. That's his new name.
Shout out,
there you go.
Shout out to everybody
Muggs 400 Maxwell
in the chat tonight.
Maxwell.
Definitely, y'all still rocking with us. Actually, this chat is actually growing as we're about to head out. I apologize to some people
Muggs
coming
400 Maxwell. That is a banger.
Toby
Muggs
asked about Mike Pennell or Pennell. He's gone. I believe he got signed.
To the Chiefs, right?
A couple other people that came in late.
Yep.
What's up? Is it Andrea? What's up, Andrea? Thank you for stopping by. Robert asked about Dak. He said, we think he's being greedy for wanting 4 years. I don't think any player is greedy. They should get what they want.
All these other guys have got 4-year deals too. Stop it.
Yeah, he earned his contract extension. Yeah, I hate that we're heading out as we're heading out. It's growing, but we can't keep y'all all night.
I turned the Facebook on, fam.
Oh, and it worked.
Look at him, see? Look at him, sneaky.
I'm like, it's growing on the way out.
I just had to figure out like what's going on with this thing.
I know why it didn't work.
But Facebook, they finally allowed it to stream for some reason. At first, it was just shutting it down. But shout out to Facebook though.
Yes, Toby, my man Toby.
I guess. Shout out to Toby. Got much respect for him.
Yes, shout out to and appreciate the donations to all the nations here.
Tyrone was going nutty.
Tyrone and like I said, Muggs. I'm definitely going to chop that. Listen, man. When we go back and we started our beginnings, we're going to look at that Muggs. We're gonna put that in the Hall of Fame. That was
Boothang already sent me that shit.
I honestly I thought it was an accident.
I thought it was an accident too.
$400.
Wow, that when I seen it, okay, cause see when I seen it before y'all. See, y'all was doing all that chitter chattering.
No, I get them on the
I saw it before you.
Chat.
I saw it for all y'all. Okay,
I'm the one who called it up.
No, you didn't.
We
no, you didn't. I was staring right. As soon as that thing turned orange, I look at it.
He saw
red, orange, a different color than green. No, you didn't. My eye turned when I seen that different color. And then when I seen the 4 and the zeros behind it, I instantly screamed. Boothang came over to me and said, "Look at this shit."
Hey,
tell me.
For the people that's on the Facebook, what he said is the backstory. Y'all got to rewind.
Yeah.
Gotta go to the YouTube page. Go to Big Game James. Everything else remained the same YouTube page. And you go all the way back to around 30-minute part.
Right.
There's a brother from another mother. No other. Don't look like Danny Glover. Muggs 400 Maxwell donated $400. Not $100. $100.
Not $4. Not $40.
Not 40.
$400.
That's Muggs $400
Hall of Fame.
Maxwell.
If there was a Hall of Fame, he'd be in it. But honestly, all you guys are in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah.
We couldn't be here without the nation, man.
We gotta give Muggs that shout out though.
For sure, absolutely.
We love the nation. Everybody else. Tyrone was going hammer time like he does.
Yeah, and then just our chatters, man. We got the caller. I want to bring that up. We're going to have that call line better suited. That call line was actually set up for when I do my shows, so only I can hear it. So I've got to fix it to where the whole crew, the whole late night hype crew, can hear you guys when you call in, because I want to do that. We were getting calls, man. It was like 5 or 6 coming in, but I didn't want to do that to y'all. You know what I mean? We just sitting there and we can't, you guys can't hear. So next time, definitely with Facebook now working, we'll get the call in and we'll get that popping, man. I really, really would love to hear you guys. But I love Angel. Angel, when you come on my channel when I go live and talk, because I'll let you guys go longer. But when it's all of us, we can't go 5 minutes.
Angel got the info.
Angel good.
Yeah, Angel good. I remember as soon as I seen Angel's name, I knew who it was, because he used to call in our shows and come with fire. We have him call in and he would come with the shit.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay, damn, Angel. All right. Well, let me sit here and
what
you gotta say with that.
We're gonna have to put it on a nice little call in. Hey, what's up? We'll chat for a few seconds and then let us know what you want to say or your question, and then we'll hang up and we'll answer. Because we don't want to go 5 minutes for each call. We'll never get through the show. But we definitely do want to hear from y'all next time. And I see more people coming in on your Facebook, Law.
Tomorrow said Poe he will be signed. It's still being signed.
We just got to think he's going to be signed.
He has to be.
Thou shall decree a thing, and it shall be established.
But go ahead, Big Game. Let them know, man.
Big Game, James.
Oh, well, I'm just Big Game James.
He all time about.
That's what I do.
This is what he always do.
I'm just Big Game. Why not?
Well, I'm just Big Game, man.
I am just Big Game James. Y'all the stars. I'm just Big Game James. Skywalker and Law the stars. I'm just Big Game James, man. So just hold me down, y'all. Hold me down.
James.
Hold me down, y'all. Hold me down. Check out Silver and Blue Nation. You know how we do. Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. Hey, make sure you tune in Thursday because we got another popping show we got going on. We got Miss Brianna Dix from D210, I believe, Sports. She's I believe it's D210. Quote me if I'm wrong, but she's in there as far as the sports. She be having that knowledge and she be in the plug. She a plug. She be having all the news. So if we haven't heard something by Poe by then, maybe she can give us a good scoop because she be having scoops. So make sure you tune in Thursday, Silver Blue Nation, Skywalker Still. We got Miss Brianna Dix on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, we're going to keep on the grind and keep pushing this show like no other. Like we keep telling you, subscribe to each of our networks.
What's up, Rich?
Support of us. When we're doing solo shows, get out there and support us when we're doing solo. And damn sure when we get this late night hype, make sure y'all all in there because like I keep trying to tell you, we are going to get this syndicated and we are going to be on the radio with this. I keep speaking it, and I keep talking it because it's going to be in existence. Because if you keep speaking it, it happens. And watch what I say. It's going to happen, but we got to speak it into existence and we need y'all. So keep subscribing. Tell your friends. Tell all them damn people out there. Jamie O'Dea, you did a hell of a job out there spreading the word like no other on the late night hype. Ryan Humphrey, my guy. Everybody who's out there been spreading it. I want to give y'all hella appreciation. I didn't mean to take up your time, Skywalker. But cool. I just want to give everybody that love and shout outs. And I just want to let y'all know, we always appreciate what you do. Sometimes we may not tell you, but we will remember and tell you because I try to remember everything that everybody has done for this network here and beyond. And
the network is just beginning. A couple people in the chat. Rich says late night hype fire emojis. Toby says love this show. Respect for the work y'all do. Angel said I'm listening to you, Skywalker, because of Big Game. Yeah, Big Game is definitely a huge influence in helping me kind of get to this sector, as you can say.
Well, hey, when you see a young Skywalker like they saw in Star Wars, man, you gotta you gotta give him the lightsaber.
You got to.
Jamie says late night hype fire emojis. Yeah, man. I love that y'all love the show, man. Jonathan says I love y'all show, Cowboys for Life. It really makes me happy that y'all really love this show, and we try to be entertaining for you guys. We try to bring quality content to you guys. We have fun. If you don't like fun, don't come to this show. Go watch Mickey Spagnola or somebody like that. That's being a grumpy old man.
That's angry,
right? But we're going to try to bring y'all, up to date information. Y'all inform us. I get a lot of information from a lot of guys on here. Rue says appreciate Skywalker, Big Game, Law Nation. Ryan says you're great, Skywalker. Thank you. There's just a whole bunch of love pouring in, and I love that, man. I absolutely love it, and we're going to continue to keep giving you guys the great quality content. But make sure you guys are staying isolated. You gotta have isolation for the nation right now.
Yes. Isolation
so we can have a goddamn football season.
Right. So and let me tell you one last other thing. You must suckers stop hoarding at these damn grocery stores, okay?
I need some toilet paper, damn it.
Okay. You mother suckers stop going to this damn grocery store and hoarding, okay? Because even though they're saying they shut down in states,
thanks, Kylie.
Grocery stores is open. And if grocery stores are open, that means you don't have to hoard like it's closing.
7 million will be added, Tim. 7 million. I'm answering as we're on the way out. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm just telling you one more time. Yeah. Stop the damn hoarding at the grocery stores. Stay your asses in. Stop fighting. Stop stealing toilet paper and all that stuff. It's going to be okay. If we be normal and don't be panicking, it will go away. But if y'all keep on having that fearful spirit, it's going to stay here.
Yeah, Wash them hands. Be positive. Absolutely right. Any parting shots, Law, Big Game?
Y'all hit that subscribe button.
Mugs, excuse my language. Cause you got that beat?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. One second.
I'm gonna say Mugs and just beat the hell out of this.
Go ahead.
Mugs, motherfucking Maxwell, been the motherfucking man. I don't give a hell because that motherfucker is the band.
He done broke the button. Mama, we love you. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. Yes, indeed. Y'all hit that like button.
Yes, please.
Let that friend, neighbor, folk know where to go when they want to tune in.
Pause. Thank you, Cowboys Nation. Thank you, Universe. On behalf of me, Law Nation, Skywalker Still, Silver Blue Nation, Big Game, we appreciate y'all. We out. Peace. Stay safe. Isolated.
Wash them hands. Wash them hands, Crown.
Unbelievable.